An irate Nami has locked a bruised and beaten Luffy in a cage as punishment for causing the ship to go over the waterfall instead of using the safer option and risking everyone's lives once again. Jinbei tells her not to be so hard on him since everyone is okay, but Nami yells that as a part of the crew, they need to keep Luffy under a tight leash. Her rage scares him to the point that he believes she has Haoshoku Haki, but Chopper tells him to just avoid her. Frankie, similar to Jinbei, is pleased, but this is because the only damage done to the ship was a broken yard on the mast, a testament of his ship's power. A seagull arrives with the newspapers and Robin distributes the new bounties for the Straw Hat Grand Fleet and everyone else. Chopper's bounty increased 1,000 berries, which even though is higher than his previous, it is still small due to him still being considered the Straw Hat Pirate's pet, much to Chopper's annoyance. Nami's bounty increased 366 million berries, an amount that scares her as according to herself, even she would want what she is worth. Brooke's bounty increased to 383 million berries, which pleases him. Frankie's bounty has increased to 394 million berries, but he becomes enraged by the fact that the picture is now the bow of the Thousand Sunny, which does not even resemble him. Usopp's bounty increased to 500 million berries, which upsets him over how high it has become. Robin's bounty has increased 930 million berries, though she does not pay much mind to it due to giving Chopper some cotton candy to cheer him up. Sanji's bounty increased to 1,032 million berries, which infuriates him that not only is he lower than Zoro once again, but now he is lower than Jinbei. Jinbei's bounty increased to 1,100 million berries, though he is more concerned about Sanji. Zoro's bounty increased to 1,111 million berries while he taunts Sanji for being fourth in the crew now, resulting in the two fighting again. Luffy's bounty is now 3 billion berries, but he keeps asking for someone to let him out because he is hungry. Meanwhile on Karaibari Island, the members of Buggy's delivery service are in awe over the fact that Buggy seemingly recruited Dracula MIHAWK to save them from the Marines following the dissolution of the warlord system. Off to the side, however, Buggy is desperately pleading for his life while Crocodile holds him by the hair and MIHAWK holds his sword over his separated head. Crocodile tells Buggy that Cross Guild was supposed to be led by himself and MIHAWK, so the fact that Buggy is considered the boss instead is an insult to his pride. MIHAWK similarly adds that even if Buggy were to die here and now, it wouldn't make up for the shame they feel now. Galdino tries to curry favor with Crocodile as he had once worked for him in Baroque works, much to Buggy's fury, while the other members of his crew believe all they can do is follow Crocodile now. As it turns out, following the dissolution of the warlord system, Crocodile contacted MIHAWK and suggested they team up to form an organization that would scare the Marines, using the fact that MIHAWK has decided to relocate himself due to constantly being attacked by Marines as justification, and that beforehand, he was once known as the Marine Hunter. Following their team up, Crocodile and MIHAWK made their way to Karaibari Island, destroying the Marines' ships as a result. This causes Buggy's men to believe that Buggy was risking himself by summoning Crocodile for help, as rumors were circulating that he was his subordinate. However, what they do not know is that Buggy took out a huge loan from Crocodile and became fearful he had come to collect his debt. When Crocodile confronts him, he admits he is surprised Buggy stuck around since he figured he would have bailed by this point, which he would have had his subordinates not seen him and expressed belief he would help them. Buggy tries to explain his debt to Crocodile by telling him that operating a delivery service requires a lot of money to keep running and he had a lot of mouths to feed, and his biggest earners, the Giants, had all quit. Crocodile suggests he sell Buggy into slavery, but Buggy tries to appease to him by reminding him that they escaped Impel Down together. Crocodile ignores him and tells him that he needs a capital to begin his company, and if Buggy cannot pay, he will have to take full responsibility. Desperate, Buggy offers to join and use his organization and resources to kickstart Crocodile's business, even offering to work for free. Though he accepted these terms, when Crocodile demands to know why Buggy was given the top billing on the flyer, he explains it was not his idea, as his devout followers' blind faith to him was what led to the flyers looking the way they do. Ultimately, MIHAWK decides that it would not be a bad idea to let Buggy be the organization's figurehead, as he would personally rather live peacefully than be considered an emperor. Crocodile agrees to MIHAWK's views, especially since the two of them can do away with Buggy should they need to. His life spared for now, Buggy announces the two as Cross Guild's executives to his men, who mistake his tears of fear over his fate for tears of joy. As for how Buggy became an emperor, at Marine HQ, the Marines discussed Buggy's accomplishments, him being considered the mastermind of the Impel Down mass escape, having a close relationship with Shanks, and the fact that Crocodile seemingly came to his aid and made contact with MIHAWK prior, and that Cross Guild's marine hunting movement is attracting attention from many shady organizations, thus making it a very dangerous threat to them. They decided to award Crocodile a bounty of 1,965,000,000 berries, MIHAWK a bounty of 3,590,000,000 berries, and Buggy 3,189,000,000 berries, with his reputation being the foundation of his new status as an emperor. Meanwhile, on Momwaro Island, Emporio Ivankov tells Koala to cheer up since Sabo and the rest of the commanders are all okay, and she does. Morley expresses annoyance that Sabo's actions made them stew, while Karasu and Lindbergh say what happened occurred after he split from them, but they believe in him. Koala looks at Dragon, who admits that while he's relieved Sabo is okay, if he truly did assassinate Nefertari Cobra, he won't forgive him no matter the reason. He then asks Kuma to tell him what he saw as Koala picks up a call to them that the Marines managed to listen in on. On the other end of the Den Den Mushi, Sabo's voice rings.